Okay, here we go. Break a leg to my cast, break a leg to my sound effects, wonderful people. Thank you all for coming here today, and Bob, we're so thrilled to have you here today. Welcome to the impact of radio on our lives. In this class, we explored scripts from the golden age of radio, which lasted from the 1920s all the way through the early 1960s when television took over. And we reflected on how that shaped our lives. And then we rehearsed, and now we get to perform for you some of those scripts from the golden age of radio. So we're thrilled to have you all here. Thank you for coming. I do have flyers, which I will give out to you at the end of class. If anybody's interested in signing up for this class, we'll be doing it again over the summer at the San Elijo campus. And my wonderful cast is going to take over in just a moment. But I would just like to say that every day, shortly after sunset, America would pull up her chair to a little box and spend a delightful evening as magically fiction was made to come alive. So welcome to the impact of radio on our lives, and Lisa, our MC for the afternoon.
Hey, Abbott! That was the quintessential cry that promised mayhem on both NBC and ABC. From 1942 through 1949. Now, these former vaudevillian stars were also big hits in the radio and television and the movies as well. And their routine, Who's On First, gave them the pedestal in the Comedy Hall of Fame. And we now present to you that famous routine, Who's On First, with Dawn as Abbott and Morris as Costello. Come on, guys, you're up. But before we start, I want you to join me in a rousing rendition led by Evelyn of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Okay, cast. And
take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Glory's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hey, Abbott!
What do you want, Costello?
Baseball. I'm crazy about baseball. I want to know the guys' names. Can you tell me their names?
Oh, sure.
Tell me some of their names so I can say hi to them.
I'll introduce you to the boys. You know, sometimes nowadays they give ball players peculiar names, nicknames, pet names like Dizzy Dean.
Yeah, and his brother Daffy.
Daffy Dean.
And their cousin.
Who's that?
Goofy.
Goofy, huh?
Yeah.
Now let's see. We have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
I say, who's on first? What's on second? I don't know's on third.
You know, the fellow's name.
Certainly.
Well, who's on first?
Yes.
I mean, the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
First baseman.
Who is on
What are
first?
you asking me for?
I'm telling you, who is on first?
Well, I'm asking you, who's on first?
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Go ahead, tell me.
Who is on first?
You got a contract with the first baseman?
Absolutely.
Who signs the contract?
Well, naturally.
When you pay the first baseman every month. Who gets the money?
Every dollar. Why not? The man's entitled to it.
I'm not trying to find out what's the guy's name on first base.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Don't switch him around. What's on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. Now, we're not talking about him.
How did I get on third base?
You mentioned his name.
If I mentioned third baseman's name, who did I say is playing third?
No, who's playing first?
Never mind first. I want to know what's the guy's name on third.
No, what's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
No, would you just stay on third base? Don't go off. Now, who's playing third?
Now, why do you insist on putting who on third base?
What's the guy's name on third base?
What belongs on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. Oh. You got an outfield?
Oh, yes.
Oh, the left fielder's name.
Why?
I don't know. Just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
All right, then. Tell me, who's playing left field?
Who is playing first?
Stay out of the infield. I want to know what's the guy's left fielder's name.
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
Oh, the left fielder's name.
Why?
Because?
Oh, he's center field.
Look, you got a pitcher on this team?
Oh, wouldn't this be a fine team without a pitcher?
The pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me today?
I'm telling you now.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow.
What time tomorrow are you going to tell me who's pitching?
Now listen, who is not pitching? Who is on?
You're making me crazy with this stuff. I want to know what's the pitcher's name.
What's on second?
I don't know.
Third base.
Oh. Got a catcher?
Absolutely.
The catcher's name?
Today.
Today. And tomorrow's pitching.
Now you've got it.
Now suppose I'm catching. Tomorrow's pitching on my team, and every hitter gets up.
Yes.
Tomorrow throws a ball, the batter bunts the ball. When he bunts the ball, maybe in a good catcher, I want to throw the guy out at first base, so I pick up the ball and I throw it to who?
Now that's the first thing you said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's all you have to do.
Just throw the ball to first base?
Yes.
Okay. Now, who's got it?
Naturally.
If I throw the ball to first base, somebody's got to catch it. Now, who got it?
Naturally.
Who?
Naturally.
So, I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
Oh, no. You throw the ball to first base and who gets it?
Naturally?
That's right. There we go.
So I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
You don't.
I throw it to who?
Naturally.
That's what I'm saying. I throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
I throw the ball to first base and who gets it?
Naturally.
Who has it?
Naturally.
He better have it. I throw the ball to first base. Whoever it is grabs the ball, so the guy runs to second. Who picks up the ball? Throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. Throws it back to tomorrow. Triple play. Yes. Okay. Another guy gets up, and it's a long fly ball to because. Why? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't give a darn.
What was that?
I don't give a darn.
Oh, he's our shortstop.
And now their second program is Little Orphan Annie, was the very, very first late afternoon children's serial, based on the 1924 comic strip. This old-time radio show ran from 1930 up until 1942. It's a story about Annie, her dog Sandy, and their best pal Joe, who traveled to exotic places and battled pirates, and well, we know what that's like today, with occasional help from their best friend and business magistrate, Daddy Warbucks. And when they weren't traveling the globe, Annie, Sandy, and Joe lived in the fictional town of Simmons Corner with Mr. and Mrs. Silo. We now present Little Orphan Annie in Little Orphan Annie's surprise birthday party. As Little Orphan Annie would say, leaping lizards. And now I'll present to you our cast. We have on special effects Joanna, Girl 1, and Potato Face is going to be played by Nee. And then we have our announcer, Joe. Go ahead and sit down for a little bit. We're not on yet. Oh. Mrs. Silo shall be played by Evelyn. Mr. Silo by Stan. Ginny shall be playing Ruth. And last but not least, we have Agnes as our Little Orphan Annie. Here we go. Good afternoon, kids. It's now 5:45 on the Little Orphan Annie birthday show. And so far, she has no idea that her big surprise party is happening tonight. And as you know, Joe has been keeping Annie away from the farm so she won't catch on. All of Annie's school friends are at the farm, so they have already arrived. Now, can you hear all those darn crazy kids making all that noise in the kitchen? Can you hear them making all that noise in the kitchen? I can. Anyway, all the kids are running around and